kept seeing a car go into the water. All day they've been showing me reruns in my mind of Adventures with Purpose. VP's gonna find her in the Prosser Lake.
We have found Kylie Rodney's vehicle. Again, our search for Kylie at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10.
There are plenty of questions and very few answers after 4 students at the University of Idaho were found murdered in their off-campus house.
It's like if you look at Ted Bundy's eyes and you look at his eyes, they're the same. Maybe a little bit lighter. The one thing that I keep seeing is curls. So I don't know if he has curly hair or wavy hair, and that might be when it's grown out. I think he elongated, like his face might be a little bit longer. There's a reference to a pointier type nose. He honestly looks a lot like Ted Bundy, but like a jacked up Ted Bundy. Like not as handsome. I keep getting like a security guard or a badge. Like a Brian or something like that. It's because they are going to catch him. Because I'm seeing him in an orange jumpsuit. He wasn't as smart as he thought he was. Okay. He's probably going to go to jail for this eventually. I keep getting December. The name Richard again. I also get the name Rick. Damn name Allen is coming in again.
Jailed 50-year-old Richard Allen in connection with the double murder. Teen best friends Libby German and Abby Williams went hiking on a trail and never came home.
Done on November 20th, 2019 at 7:14 p.m. Quentin, but I'm seeing trash and I don't.
9:42 Wednesday morning. Quentin Simon's mom told 911 her little boy was gone.
I do keep hearing a trash truck though. Then I keep hearing the trash truck. It's almost, that's one thing I can't get rid of is the twisting of the trash bag. And so then I'm like, well, is he in the trash? Okay. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I do hear landfill could be the...
Well, new tonight, a heartbreaking search underway in Georgia for a missing toddler. Police are sifting through trash at a landfill for the remains of 20-month-old Quentin Simon.
And I felt like he was going to be found. That was earlier in the day.
3-year-old boy found alive and in good health.
And I said, like, within 3 miles, but I'm not seeing him being hurt, and I'm not seeing someone coming up and getting him.
And I said, were you alone? Yes.
The main 2 things I keep getting is the wooded area and the shed.
Well, to take cover in that shed.
Late into the night to find.
I see him running to the woods. Oh, I keep getting the repeated image of him running to the woods. Okay. So maybe he decided he wanted to go play and then he kind of got lost in the woods. Be within 2 miles. I keep getting a reference to the edge of the woods. And so he's still alive because I'm not using him to get this information.
Right.
Around in the woods like I can't find my way out. I'm stuck. And I said he's in a bush.
Okay. I went across a field of grass. I came up on some woods. Sure enough, I went in the woods and about 100 feet from where I was at. I think he was in some stickers. There's a lot of stickers and all there.
Tonight in our Missing series, a case that we have heard a lot about from our viewers.
He wants to take me down the road to like a neighbor's house or something, like another farm. I also hear neighbor. He said he knows this guy. He knows him. And he's a neighbor. I don't know what the friends come in.
Suspect, 58-year-old James Brenner, who also happens to be Dylan's closest neighbor in the remote desert area of Lucin.
Hi guys. So I know it's been a long time no see. I'm so sorry about that, but I've been just trying to get by. So if you can continue supporting me, liking my videos, rewatching old ones, or watching old ones that you haven't seen before, I'd appreciate it. I am doing the best that I can. So do keep that in mind. So I decided I wanted to do an Autowrite with Ted today. I'll explain everything as I wrote it all down, and I'm exhausted as I just finished it. And I just felt like this was what I was feeling pulled to do today. I don't know if I got any helpful information, but we're just going to start with Autowrite. I will try to do the best to read the slowest that I can. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of a mess, but so I was thinking a lot about what I wanted to do next. Unfortunately, I can't let go of Rachel yet, as I feel there is more I can get on this case. I was sitting here wondering if I should do another Autowrite on her, try to get into his mind, or contact Ted, or try to channel by myself. Since I seem to only be able to work when people aren't available. So I think that's maybe a lesson in the fact that I need to find other ways to, channel and whatnot. Because this case has been so hard for me to see the perp, I think the auto writing where I get deeper may be the best for tonight. I am going to try and at least see what happens. If you do not understand why I work with Ted, who is now in the light, please see the Ted Bundy playlist where I explain it and where the... Sorry about that. Where I explain it and where the live astrology charts are. He's someone I like to consult with after working with him on Idaho 4, him going into the light, and now hopefully helping getting information from someone who knows people like him from his last incarnation on Earth. I am not sure how this will go, but we are going to try it. If it doesn't work, then I'll just try to get into the killer's mind. I may do that anyway, depending on how tired I am, which I'm too tired to do that tonight. If you are new here, welcome. We try to keep the comments nice and the people on high vibration. I am not the cops or law enforcement. It's not up to me to solve the case or find the person. So I'm not meant to solve this. I'm just going to get the information I'm allowed to get and the timing I'm allowed to get it. I've done previous readings, which no, I do not understand. However, I do get everything for a reason. Some may have to do with the timing, people involved, where he may be found, etc. I don't question it, I just give it. So save the comments about how wrong I am in the past readings because, well, no one knows yet. It'll fit one way or another, whether it's this case or another case. We just have to wait and see how things happen. I'm a psychic medium, but I'm just human. I'm just a human that connects to a higher vibration. I do not know it all, and I try my best to get most accurate info as possible, but I can only give you what I'm given. Things happen if they are meant to. I learned that a long time ago and tried to let control of that. Anyway, be kind to each other in the comments and in everyday life, and above all, please respect spirit. If this isn't for you and you have a judgmental outlook, then you don't have to watch, but everything I do is spirit guided and for a reason. Again, you can check the playlist. Information can be past, present, or future, symbolic, or have multiple meanings. Things are not always literal when they are symbolic, even if it's a vision. Spirit will often use my references, experiences, or try to explain what they're wanting to say. Or how I relate to things to try to explain what they're wanting to say. It is a telepathic communication, and so I'm just the translator and the channel. I may not perceive everything right, but perception is everything, so I'll just try to explain what I'm seeing, and it will fit how it fits. It's really not for me to figure it out, although sometimes I do state why I could be seeing what I'm seeing. I may be given information on people around the case, around the victim, and around the perp, also the area. With Autowrites, as much as I try to stay focused on just one case, it doesn't always happen, and I may get interconnects or things that may fit other cases. Please see the link to how Autowrites and interconnects work below. This is an Autowrite, meaning that I am an open channel. I may have the intention of just communicating with Ted and getting information on the perp, but we may get other things. Last Autowrite, if we look, there was look where the teacher was found and where I got the name Harold at in the Maui reading. It had to, not only was it the person that was connected to the teacher case, but also a storm at the same time. So having to do with timing. So it had to do, that's why I got it in the Maui reading, because it had to do with timing. It was when I was doing the case, if that makes sense. Because I wasn't actually working on that case. So they brought it to me another way for a validation thing, I guess. So it had to do with timing, and he was about to be arrested. That's just how things work sometimes. They bring them in with timing. Hopefully we can get further than we have since. I can't get this off my mind. It seems the closer someone is to being arrested, the clearer info is on them. It's not my job to hunt them down or find anyone. Again, I'll drive myself crazy with that. I've done that on many cases, and I just have realized it's not up to me. Again, I'm not the police. I just hope that my insights help. Last few times I did this, I could not see the perp. Is he's either like a shadow covered by a hoodie or very blurry. So do the best I can as always. Okay, so right away I'm hearing the words escalating, mental instability, and what's weird is my right eye was starting to hurt, like something was in it. So I'm not sure if how that fits, if like he has an issue with his, actually, is that my right eye? Yeah, it was this eye. I hear the word petty crimes, so he may have been involved in petty crimes as a younger person, or he may not have been caught. He may even be doing that now, like stealing to get along. I get the word burglary, so that kind of matches with what I got before in terms of maybe what he's done before. Go back to the Autowrite. What I also keep seeing again is him walking away in a hoodie or walking down the street in a hoodie. He's got it up and he's walking with his hands in his pockets. The jeans that he's wearing are black. That's how I keep seeing it. I feel an obsessive feeling. I feel someone that seems to fly off the handle. Ted is saying that something has happened in his life that has made him lose control or feel like he's losing control. I hear the number 25. I don't know if that's an age or not. I also kind of keep seeing him in an area. 17's coming in as I'm talking to you guys, but in an area where he may blend in. It reminds me of a place where there's lots of homeless people. I don't know if this is that he is homeless. It's homeless or he's trying to blend in. I can see him barely. His nose is a bit more pointed, but kind of rounded on the end. If that makes sense. I feel like as I'm talking to you, I'm getting strong jawline again. I really even don't know what that means, but it seems to be a way that spirit explains it a lot. Obviously, and it's kind of odd as I'm talking to you guys again, I'm getting like facial hair. So I don't know if maybe he's grown it out to cover. And maybe his hair might even be grown out, but obviously brown eyes, but they look almost black at times. His hair seems to have a wave to it, and I'm only seeing bits and pieces. In some odd reason, Ted is showing me a scar on or near the eyebrow. I hope that's right. I see him sitting on a bench in a park. I get AT for some reason, but I also hear Waverly. I've gotten that several times. It fits several cases, and I'm not sure why I'm getting it now. It can be a street or something. I keep seeing pathways in a park and in walkways in a bridge. I see him sitting on a bench, and he's got his elbows on his knees. He's kind of been over and away watching people as they walk by. I also get a reference to my neck. My neck hurts on the left side. They show me a brick like apartment building that looks like it could be surrounded by a busy city, and he shows me the later Liberty to mention New York. I've got major chills on my head with that. Like it was really strong right here. I also get a reference to New Hampshire. I also hear neighboring town, and I also hear Boston, and I hear traveling. You know how it sounds when they jackhammer the street? I can hear that as well. So I don't know if he ever worked or he's by that or something. I feel that maybe people don't recognize that it's him because he doesn't come across this way. But I don't know if he's had some type of more physical jobs in the past, as I get a reference to building construction or something similar. But I get that train again. So I don't know if he's traveling by train or if there's a reference to train tracks nearby. But I don't know. I heard the word subway as well. So in some way or for some reason, sorry, I don't want him to turn me off. It seems he's traveling, but I also get a reference to him looking at Rachel's like Instagram or something and staring at it. So it makes me feel that this was an obsession and he had seen her at some point before. That's the way it comes across. Thing is I feel like he gets possessive or obsessive and would have been this way with a girlfriend in the past or girlfriends in the past. So there may be some kind of past relationship issues. But Ted is talking about how he stalks his prey, but I feel like watching for a bit, getting habits down and striking. I heard it's just a matter of time. So if he hasn't struck already, he will. Again, I get an area by water. When I hear seagulls, it can be a beach or just by water, but I keep feeling and sensing a larger waterway and a park that is by the water with trails and a bridge surrounded in and by woods. It's so odd the way I keep seeing him is one time I see him like with a homeless, and another way I see him is with some sort of job in the reference to traveling. So Ted shows orange again. And I don't think it's for being arrested because I get that differently. It may be symbolic in some way or have meaning to him. I also get a reference to him working in some sort of coffee shop or cafe at some point, or I see a man doing that. What I see is I just see a man behind the counter like he's wearing green. The shop seems to be off of a main street. You know, in a city where you walk down the sidewalk and there's stores and places like that. I hear bistro. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if he lives or stays around the area at some point, but I keep seeing him packing a bag really quick and putting it over his shoulder like a backpack. Like I keep seeing it as a black backpack. I also feel in a way that he's much of a loner as I keep seeing him alone. So that might be how he is now. I don't know if that's how he's been all his life. But I don't know. It comes across that he may have reached out to an ex or something, because I get the reference to a woman in his past and him reaching out, but her not realizing. So that's kind of confusing. I also get the name Tony. So names can be first, middle, or acquaintances. It might not even fit this case. So I don't know. That means he goes by Anthony or Antonio, because I kind of get that too. Like Tony is a nickname. I don't think this is his name. Sorry. I don't think that this is his name that I'm about to say right now, but I was hearing Stephen Harris. I don't know if there's a case or something like that, but it was a full name, so I'm not really sure why that's coming in. That may not fit here. The lower part of my stomach is hurting. It's like a sharp pain, so I'm not sure. I also keep getting some kind of mental break at some point, like after this happened and he gets away calmly. I keep getting a reference to him freaking out a bit, like, what have I done? Pulling on his hair with both hands on his, like this, on his head, and like this, and pulling on his hair. Both hands with his head in his hands, like he's trying to stop some sort of voices or a headache or something. Ted shows me a shift in the brain at some point again with the electric, so I also don't know why I'm seeing the boyfriend. I'm making this really clear right now. So I don't feel that the boyfriend is involved, but he may know or have seen the guy, or there may be some kind of weird connection. I don't believe the boyfriend is involved. I just want to make that clear. I believe that he was trying to do the right thing and turn his life around, and that he really cared for Rachel. I'm shown a woman dancing with no clothes on, so I don't know if this is a strip club and why I'm being shown that. Ted says escalate to vulnerable women, but he says lay low. So I'm confused on if he's in the same town or what, but I saw him packing and leaving, but I also keep getting a reference to a bridge where homeless hang out. It's over a river/creek, so flowing water. I get a different water than what I saw before, like it's not large. It's just something that may go through town or a park. There's a bit of confusion in his brain I keep feeling too, and I also get a reference to drugs of some type. Not sure what kind, but I do feel it's either him or around him. I also get graffiti, so I'm not really sure the reference of that either. Hold on, I forgot to put my banner up. Ted says that this guy lost control for various reasons and he can lose control again. Ted is saying he's trying to fight the beast inside of him. I also have no idea why I'm seeing a yellow taxi. I'm getting the name Rodriguez as well, and the name Juan comes in too. I'd be curious if there is a large bridge that connects two cities, because I keep getting that as well, like this bridge over water over an area that's a connection to two cities. Like when you cross it, you're in a different city or state. That's how it comes across. I hear Boston, so I've seen that vision several times with that bridge. There's a reference to a black backpack, and I don't know why this is weird. I keep hearing a skateboard. So I don't know if that's by him or he rides one or what. I also hear the words on the run, staying low. I keep hearing planned, like he planned this in some shape or form, whether it was for Rachel or just in general, like by watching and deciding to do it. But at the same time, it feels blitz, like he's kind of blitzed her. So this is kind of odd. As I'm talking to you guys, I'm getting some sort of confrontation at some point on the trail. So I don't know if he like came at her and they argued, or she fought, or she yelled at him. There's some kind of confrontation prior to this, and I hear the words like she recognized him, so maybe she had seen him somewhere. Again, I don't know exactly. I feel like in some way, shape, or form, like they knew each other or something, or seen each other. There's that feeling there. But it honestly feels targeted. But like when someone watches from afar, I still get social media account, so maybe not even his. Now, the word Mayweather again. This came in Autowrite 10, so I have no idea why I'm getting that, but it could be, unless the guy boxes or something, because I do feel he's in shape and I do feel he may know how to fight. I do get a reference to using his hands in possible other attacks, and this may have just been robberies. Like I get a reference to him boxing or boxing gym or fighting of some sort, something like that. So I can hear I can hear how it sounds when they punch the bags like this really fast. I think it's called a short bag. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's right or not. So I don't know if he either boxed his life, new boxing, been to a boxing, because I hear a ring. I see the ring too. But I sense water around him like a lot. So I don't know if he's hanging out around water, he's living near water, but I can look out and see a large body of water. This park I keep getting is by water. For some reason, that park keeps coming in. There's a reason that it was Rachel and not someone else. But I do keep getting that a woman running away in a dark ponytail. I keep seeing that a couple of readings. It's back again. So I don't know if that's the next victim or someone he's watching. And I see them like just in a sports bra. And they look like they're in shape. That's how I see them. I don't know. And I see them running away. I get a headache all of a sudden. But I get the word peeping Tom. But Ted says he watches his victims for some point in time. Then Ted says blitz attack. But he makes me feel like he hears voices or has some sort of mental illness or untreated personality disorder. But he says he seems like a nice guy. He puts off that persona like Ted. No one suspects him because he doesn't seem like he would really hurt anyone, except these women are from his past. There are women from his past that have seen his temper, but shows me he's got two sides. At some point, maybe he had a good job. Ted says he's got ties to lots of places, so maybe traveling around in some way. But some odd reason, I keep wanting to go to Boston. So I don't know. I keep wanting to go over that bridge. So I'd be curious if there is a bridge like between two cities. I'm not good at geography, so but so I'd be curious if over the bridge, like there's a park named after someone, like someone famous or someone we know. That's by water. That's how it feels to me. And there's lots of trees, grass, trails. Oh, my chest is hurting. And also a bridge over some creek, like this way, the opposite way at that park. Kind of similar to how it was at the Mom Pateron. But it's small. But I keep wanting to go over the large bridge that goes between two cities. And Ted says he may be in a higher crime area now. I don't know why. And I keep seeing also seeing him at some point going to an older style hotel. So I don't know if they have these anymore where you see someone through the glass if you check in at night. I get the reference to that and looking up to the camera. I hear sea breeze. Not sure how that fits. I also get the name Xavier. Names can be perp, family, friends, connection, streets, or not even fit here because this is an auto right. They do keep repeating one, though, again. But I also get a reference to a B. I also get a reference to the name Joe, Joey, Joseph. So he might be go by all. And Alan. First or last, I guess. Or middle. They repeat that. So I don't like to say it. But it seems that every time I get it, it fits something. It seems to fit a lot of cases for some reason. I keep wanting to put on a gray hoodie on him and black jeans. If it's not cold there, I get a reference to a t-shirt, but it might be getting ready to cool down. But that might be what he's wearing when he's arrested. I'm not really sure. I just keep seeing him in that. But some odd reason they keep showing me it zipped up. Or the hoodie not zipped up all the way, and you can see his bare chest underneath. Not sure why. I also keep seeing someone being arrested, and then maybe for something else that happened, and they don't realize who he is. If I'm perceiving that right. I see cop lights and him being on the ground, face down, hands behind the head. So that tells me an arrest. I'm hoping I'm picking up on I hope that all this is the stuff for him. But I also get a reference to a park. So I feel it will happen at a park or something. Because I also hear the word patrolling, and I see him walking around at night. I hear the word assault, and for some reason I hear the word assault for some reason as well. He looks like almost a normal guy. So like Ted, he's not bad looking, but I feel in some way his looks have changed, whether that be what life has done to him or something, like he may be a little bit skinnier or something. He's done that in order to hide who he is. I keep getting like facial hair and longer hair as we're talking. Like he may look way different than who everybody's looking for. But he comes across as a normal dude for the most part. I also see him holding a cup out for change at some point. So he feels like, but he does feel like he has a job at one time, or work jobs, or I don't know if he's just doing this, or maybe he lost his job. I don't know, but he's in shape. Something's changed, but I feel at the same time, like Ted is saying, much like him, in the way that he's being in the way that he's not being turned in because people aren't suspecting him because he seems charming and a nice guy for the most part. Like other than he may feel kind of off, but he wears a mask or is two people or has two faces, much like Ted did. I keep hearing the word Estevanche or Estevenche or something like that. Can't spell it. Not. I know that I'm not the reading. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Something similar. I also heard the name Jose and the name Ramirez. Now, I'm not just saying Spanish names. I'm just saying the ones that I hear. I keep saying a nurse, so I don't know if that's a victim, but that's what's weird is that I want to connect it to a family member for some reason. I keep getting a reference to a mother figure that's a very Spanish Hispanic. Like, for the most part, like, she would be very surprised, but feels like there's a shift in him. I feel she loves to cook or something. I just kept getting kind of food. Not sure why. Maybe he started getting into trouble or something, but I feel very much Ted says he's a creeper. He shows me a shadow moving around in the night, almost like a ninja. There's also reference to C, and the name Christopher comes in as well. Sanchos or Santos, I hear that as well. There's also a reference to a shoe print that they have. I don't know if he still has those shoes, but I get 11, so I wonder if that's the size 11. He does have the capabilities to be a serial, but I still feel Rachel was targeted. And I also feel like he's not out this for fame. Like most serial killers, this is something inside of him that he needs to handle. But this is something that he hides and does, because if he slips in and out. Because if you think about it, like, no one really saw him. He may be connected to different break-ins or able to get in and out of places or areas very slick. And then Ted says blend in. So he blends in wherever he's at. I feel like this is all I'm getting for now. Feeling quite drained. If I feel pulled to do more, I will. But there's only so much I can get. So let's start with this. Hope it's helpful, and I hope it's all the same case. I get the word Ramos as I'm trying to finish. And one more time, the reference to a statue. This may be in the park he hangs out and it looks kind of like a bronze statue. I'm also getting the reference to a star. I don't know if that's symbolic or what. And one more thing, I keep getting a reference to the East Coast. So I forgot to mention that this was in for entertainment purposes only. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. Forgot to mention that at the beginning, because as the channel kind of really wore me out. You can see I look like crap. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for liking, subscribing, sharing, and being here. And yes, I did read my channel, because I had somebody say, well, you're just reading. Yeah, I'm reading what I auto wrote. So it is, I'm sorry that it's like that, but sometimes when I try to get deeper information or better information, I do auto write, and I'm not really used to doing readings on my own yet, and none of the girls are available. So this is what I felt I could get the most accurate information. So it will be a mix from time to time, but I want you guys to know that I do appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me, being a part of the channel. All the ways to support me are down below. There's the Patreon is down there as well. Michael Jackson is on there. I'm still doing the jewelry and stuff, but I do have quite a list, but you do get a mediumship or an intuitive channel with it. That's why it's taking a little bit longer. I do appreciate your patience on those that are waiting. And then I am doing the questions as well. But I still have merchandise and all of that. If you want to support me and you want to support the channel, please give this a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And again, thanks for being supportive. I appreciate you guys sincerely. Have a lovely rest of the week, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Oh, and if you do have a TikTok and you're not following me, please do follow me there. I'll see you guys next time.